Welcome, wild ones and indigo brothers and sisters. It's nearly the end of my garden jungle, and I'm going to take you through a little tour because it's coming to the end of the season and everything has started to go to seed, and I will be picking or foraging what vegetables are left, and the rest I will just let go to seed. But this is my sunflower garden and jungle, and I just wanted to talk about love while I take you through my garden. I was going to do an ASMR video, but it was a very noisy day and you probably wouldn't hear me whispering. So I've got a little bit of a cold at the moment, a bit of a husky voice, but I just wanted to share my thoughts on love and what love means to me. And I think this is a very important message that needs to be shared. And there's one of my giant courgettes. Another giant courgette. I believe that love is the most powerful force in the universe, and it is responsible for most of creation, because if you didn't have love, you would not create or procreate if there was no such thing as love. For example, I love to garden, and this garden would not exist without love, or the love of gardening, just as an example. But it's not just a word. Love is not just a word. It's not just actions. Love is actually a frequency. And it's been proven scientifically by Dr. Emoto, a Japanese doctor called Dr. Emoto. I will try and leave a link below for you. And he did experiments on water with sound and frequency. And he froze samples of water, and he would put labels on the water such as the word love, the word hate, the word beautiful, the word Hitler, I can't remember what other words he used, but the word hate would leave a pattern on the water, and it was like ugly vomit. And the word love would leave a beautiful, magnificent crystal. So if I could leave a link below, I will find that. I actually did do a video, and I shared the video, but it got taken down for copyright, so I can't share that video on my video, but I will leave a link. And there's my spinach. So that was a clear example that the word love is actually a frequency. So if we're water, we're 90% water, all humans are 90% water. What effect would the word love have on you? You would be full of beautiful crystals. You would become a crystal. So that's why I believe that love is very, very powerful. It is actually a powerful vibration. And I think that reversing the word love is really sick and twisted. And it goes against nature. It goes against the power of the frequency and the vibration. So if you were to reverse the word love and it came out as I will kill you, backwards or something like that, that is just twisting the truth, because the truth is love. And even plants pick up these vibrations. Like my garden has thrived. Why? Because not just because I water it, not because I give it fertilizer, but it picks up my energy, which is love. Everything is alive and everything is vibrating at a certain frequency. So if you vibrate on the love frequency, plants will pick up that energy and they will thrive, because they will become beautiful crystals. Because plants are also alive and plants are also 90% water. So thoughts are powerful forces, and so is love a powerful force. And that's why my garden here is flourishing, because it's loved. No different to, they've done experiments on children and babies, newborn babies. They've deprived babies of attention and then given other babies attention, but they've fed and clothed them exactly the same and given them the same environment. Everything's been the same, but the baby that was shown the love thrived, whereas the baby that was ignored did not survive. Just another example. But a lot of artists, a lot of writers, a lot of creators, a lot of musicians have been driven by love. They've created amazing masterpieces because they loved what they do. So I've been trying to explain the power of love for a while now, and yeah, I'll just show you these dandelion leaves, which I let grow wild, and I do harvest them because they're a wild herb which is medicinal and is very good for you. Thought I'd just point that out while I'm doing a tour of my jungle garden. This is my big pumpkin. I've grown 11 pumpkins this year, all grown with love, and I mean that sincerely, as well as runner beans, and I think I showed you the cucumbers before. They were massive as well. You won't get them like that at the shop because they're mass produced and they're not grown with love. It's the same as home cooking. There's a big difference between home baked cookies and, let's say, a packet that you buy from the shop, and you can see and feel a distinct difference in flavour and taste. And here's some more dandelion leaves. Which I pick and use for medicine. When the kids get sick, I will put them in a smoothie. Maybe a banana smoothie or apple smoothie, something that they can drink easily. I will do another video again about wild herbs. And this is plantain, which is another medicinal herb, which I also harvest. I used to put them in the hot water cupboard and dry them out and then powder them up, and then I would put them in smoothies that way, or even in my coffee or tea, and dilute it, so I wouldn't even notice it was in there. But plantain grows wild everywhere, and it's very, very good for flu and cold symptoms like runny nose, bad coughs. If you juiced up about 3 or 4 leaves, your runny nose would go, and so would your flu disappear overnight, literally. And here are the bees on my sunflowers, and these sunflowers were just seeds. And while you're here, if you've made it this far, subscribe like and share this message with the world. And there's 2 bumblebees there. So this is the end of my garden. And once again, it's been growing with love, because love is the most powerful force in the universe. And my great auntie, who died in her 80s only recently, she wrote me a letter and this was like her last bit of advice before she died. And all she had to say was, in this letter, that in her 80 years of experience, that all that mattered at the end of her life was love. Not money, not houses, not anything material. Yes, they do help. Yes, they will. You will help pay for your funeral, having money. We do need money. I'm not saying that we have not got use for money, because that is the way the matrix works, and you can either work with the matrix or against the matrix. You can know about the matrix and how it works and use it to your advantage, but that doesn't mean that you have to not be a part of the matrix. You can understand it, but you can still be a part of it. Money's not evil. Money is just a tool. So anyway, yeah, my great auntie, and unfortunately died recently, and I didn't get a chance to go to her funeral or see her. Excuse me, which was quite sad. Her last words to me were that love was all that mattered, and that having a family, having all her children, having her family close to her was more important than anything that money could buy. And that all that mattered in this world was love. That was the most important thing. And without it, a person can shrivel up and die before their time is due. And this is a fact. Like, lonely people and even single people die younger than, let's say, happily married couples, or people who have love around them, like children and family. You will get so much joy and so much love from your kids if you ever are fortunate enough to have children. Children are so innocent, and that children in their essence, because they are still innocent, they haven't been corrupted by this sick, twisted, demented world. Children still are innocent. So children in actual fact are pure love, and they're resonating at a very, very, very pure love frequency. There is no doubt. They've done experiments on children, and they've found that their aura and the crystal that comes from children. That's right, Dr. Emoto did a water experiment on the word children. He put the word child on one of his samples, and it came out one of the most beautiful crystals. It was pure blue. It was a baby blue colour. It was just amazing. So once again, I do recommend you look up Dr. Emoto and go and study his work. And this all relates to sacred geometry as well, because sacred geometry is directly related to frequency, because frequency is what creates sacred geometry. I will try and find all the links that I have researched and studied to come to these conclusions, and I will try and leave some links down below. Sometimes I do forget to leave these links, but I assume that you're all adults and that you're capable of going away and possibly looking further into this yourself and then coming to your own conclusions, not just being spoon fed and taking my word for it. So as you can see here, I've got some food from my jungle garden supermarket. That's my hot food haul for the day, and I didn't cut any of the flowers off the sunflowers. I just couldn't do that. They were so beautiful, I just had to leave them. Normally I would cut some flowers and put them in a vase around the house, but these were too magnificent, so I've let them go to seed and hope that they will regrow again if they're not hybrids. I'm not sure. So love is like a seed sound. Love is a seed sound. Love is another seed sound, like mantras are seed sounds. They will grow that seed. So love will grow love. The more you love, the more you will resonate at love. The more love you will attract. And the more love you have in your life, the easier it will be. Your suffering will not be as bad. Like trauma survivors have said that they survived their trauma or survived near-death experiences and extreme torture and trauma through their faith and belief in love. They had so much love that they survived.